Love is often romanticized through grand gestures, the flowers, the promises, the poetic confessions that melt the heart. But real love, the kind that lasts through silence and storms, rarely arrives with fireworks. It shows itself quietly, in moments so small that most people overlook them. It's not about what he says he feels, it's about what he does when no one's watching. When a man truly loves you, his affection lives in the rhythm of his consistency. You won't have to chase reassurance, decode mixed signals, or question his loyalty. You'll simply feel safe. Not because life is perfect, but because his presence is steady. He doesn't just talk about being there for you. He proves it again and again in 1,000 subtle ways. His love doesn't demand attention. It earns trust. You'll notice it in how he prioritizes you without being asked, in the way he listens when words fail, or how he remembers the little details you thought he forgot. He'll support your dreams as if they were his own, show up when life gets heavy, and respect your boundaries instead of testing them. You won't have to wonder if you're enough. His actions will tell you that you are. A man who truly loves you will choose honesty over comfort, even when the truth is difficult. He'll protect you not just from the world, but from unnecessary hurt, with kindness, patience, and care. He'll include you in his plans, take responsibility when he's wrong, and celebrate your independence instead of feeling threatened by it. His love will never cage you. It will free you. And when life tests the bond between you, when things aren't easy, when emotions run high, or when distance creeps in, he'll keep showing up. That's how you'll know his love is real. Because love isn't about perfection. It's about intention. It's not built on how loud someone can say, "I love you," but on how deeply they mean it when they show up, stay kind, and stay consistent. The truth is, real love rarely makes a scene. It doesn't need validation from others. It grows quietly between two people who choose each other, again and again, even when life tries to pull them apart. It's calm, it's patient, it's safe. These 15 signs will help you recognize that kind of love. The kind that doesn't just touch your heart, but protects it. The kind that doesn't fade when challenges appear, but strengthens because of them. The kind of love that speaks not through words, but through presence. Because in the end, anyone can fall in love. But the one who keeps loving you intentionally, gently, and truthfully is the one whose love is real. He prioritizes you without being asked. When a man truly loves you, he doesn't need constant reminders or requests to make you feel valued. He does it naturally. Prioritizing you doesn't mean neglecting his own life or responsibilities. It means that in the flow of everything he does, you hold a special place that quietly guides his choices. Whether it's taking time out of a busy day to check in on you, remembering something important you mentioned in passing, or making plans that consider your comfort. His actions show that you're always on his mind. A man who genuinely loves you won't treat your presence as optional or occasional. He makes space for you, emotionally, mentally, and practically. He listens to what matters to you, and even when you don't ask for anything, he anticipates your needs because he pays attention. You'll notice it in the smallest gestures. Saving you the last bite of dessert, staying up late just to talk, or choosing to spend his free time with you instead of doing something else. Prioritizing you isn't about grand romantic gestures, it's about consistency and quiet effort. He doesn't need to prove his love with words because his actions already speak louder. Even during disagreements or stressful times, he shows up. Not to win arguments, but to protect the connection you share. When a man puts you first, not out of obligation, but out of genuine care and respect, it's a reflection of mature love. He understands that love isn't about convenience, it's about commitment. He values your happiness, your peace, and your trust. And that's why he makes you a priority, not just a part of his schedule. That's how you know his love is real. It's not loud, but it's loyal. He listens to you, even in silence. One of the purest signs that a man truly loves you is when he listens, not just to your words, but to your silence. Real love isn't only about conversation, it's about connection. When a man genuinely cares, he becomes tuned into your emotions in a way that goes beyond verbal communication. He can sense when something's off, even if you say, "I'm fine." He notices the pause in your voice, the way your smile fades a little too soon, or how quiet you get when something's bothering you. Listening in silence means he's not just waiting for his turn to speak. He's present. He's observing, understanding, and holding space for you without needing to fix everything. Sometimes, when you can't find the right words, he doesn't rush you or demand explanations. Instead, he sits beside you, offering comfort in the quiet, because he knows that being there matters more than saying the perfect thing. A man who listens in silence doesn't dismiss your emotions as mood swings or overthinking. He sees your feelings as valid expressions of your inner world. He learns your patterns, what calms you, what hurts you, what makes you light up again. And when he finally speaks, his words reflect deep understanding, because he's taken the time to truly hear you, not just respond to you. This kind of listening builds a quiet intimacy that words can't replace. It's where trust grows, in those unspoken moments where you realize you don't have to perform or explain yourself. You just exist and he understands. That's when you know his love isn't surface level, it's soulful. Because a man who listens to your silence is a man who's already speaking your heart's language. He remembers the little things. When a man's love is genuine, it reveals itself in the smallest, most unexpected ways. Through the little things he remembers. Not because he's trying to impress you, but because he genuinely pays attention. Real love isn't measured by how many grand gestures he makes, but by how well he remembers the details that matter to you. He remembers your favorite coffee order, the story behind the song you love, the date of your big presentation, or even how you take your tea on a tired evening. He notices when you're quieter than usual, or when you're wearing something new, not to compliment out of habit, but because he's truly present with you. These small things become his way of showing care, a language of love built from awareness. When a man remembers what most people forget, it means you occupy space in his mind, even when you're not around. It's not about memory, it's about mindfulness. He listens when you speak, and your words stay with him because they matter to him. You'll see it when he brings you something you once mentioned months ago, or when he recalls a random story you told only once. These gestures may seem ordinary, but they carry extraordinary meaning. They tell you that you're not just heard, but valued. He's not just paying attention to impress. He's paying attention to understand you. That's what makes love feel safe, familiar, and real. When he remembers the little things, it's his way of saying, I see you, I know you, you matter. And in a world full of distractions and fleeting connections, that kind of remembrance is one of the purest proofs of love. He supports your dreams as his own. When a man truly loves you, your dreams don't intimidate him, they inspire him. He doesn't see your ambitions as competition or inconvenience. He sees them as part of the person he fell in love with. A man whose love is real stands beside you, not in front of you. He believes in your potential, sometimes even more than you do yourself. And he makes it known through his encouragement, his patience, and his presence. Supporting your dreams means he doesn't just say, I'm proud of you. He shows it. He listens when you talk about your goals, asks questions about your progress, and celebrates every milestone, big or small. If you doubt yourself, he reminds you of your worth. If you fail, he doesn't criticize. He helps you find strength to try again. His pride in your achievements doesn't come from ownership, but from genuine admiration. He understands that your success doesn't diminish him. It completes the picture of your shared growth. He'll sit through your rehearsals, read your drafts, or simply hold your hand before a big moment. And when life gets tough, he becomes your calm. The voice that says, you've got this, even when you're not sure. A man who supports your dreams as his own is one who sees your happiness as part of his. He knows that real love isn't about holding you back. It's about helping you rise. His presence becomes a quiet force behind your courage, reminding you that love isn't just a feeling. It's teamwork, belief, and unwavering support. Because when he truly loves you, your victories feel like his too. And he'll never let you forget how capable you are. 5. He shows up when it matters. Most love isn't proven in the easy days. It's revealed in the hard ones. When a man truly loves you, he shows up when it matters most. Not just when things are fun or convenient, but when life feels heavy, uncertain, or painfully real. His presence becomes his promise. A quiet, steady reassurance that you're not alone, no matter what you're facing. He's there when you need someone to lean on, even if he doesn't have the perfect words. He's there when you're breaking down, not to fix you, but to stand beside you while you rebuild. He doesn't disappear when the mood changes or when circumstances get complicated. Instead, he steps closer, because for him, love isn't conditional. It's commitment in motion. Showing up doesn't always mean grand gestures. Sometimes it's in the simple things. Answering your late-night call, driving across town just to check on you, or sitting in silence when you don't have the strength to talk. He understands that consistency is the deepest form of care, and reliability is how love earns its meaning. When everyone else backs away, he stays. He doesn't make excuses or wait for the right time. He knows that the right time is now, when you need him the most. And in those moments, his love feels less like words and more like a safe place. A man who shows up when it matters most teaches you something powerful. Real love isn't loud or flashy. It's dependable, quiet, and steady. It's knowing that no matter how chaotic life gets, one person will always keep showing up, not because he has to, but because your heart matters that much to him. He respects your boundaries and space. True love doesn't suffocate. It breathes. And one of the most powerful signs that a man genuinely loves you is when he respects your boundaries and gives you space without making you feel guilty for needing it. He understands that love isn't about control or constant closeness. It's about trust, balance, and emotional freedom. When he respects your boundaries, it means he values your individuality as much as your togetherness. He doesn't take offense when you say you need time alone. He doesn't demand access to every detail of your day or every corner of your thoughts. Instead, he trusts you enough to let you exist fully as yourself. He understands that healthy space isn't distance, it's respect. He never pressures you to move faster than you're ready or to share more than you're comfortable with. Whether it's physical, emotional, or digital boundaries, he listens when you express them and honors them. That's because his love isn't about ownership. It's about partnership. He knows that love without respect isn't love at all. It's attachment. You'll feel the difference in how he responds when you set limits. Instead of making you feel wrong for having them, he appreciates your honesty. And when you return after time apart, he welcomes you with understanding, not resentment. A man who respects your boundaries shows emotional maturity. He knows that closeness grows best in freedom, not pressure. By giving you space to breathe, think, and be, he shows that he's confident in what you share, that your connection is built on trust, not fear. Because real love doesn't need to hold you tight to know you'll stay. It simply trusts that you will, because it gives you the peace to choose him every time. He communicates honestly, even when it's hard. Real love isn't just about sweet words and constant harmony. It's about truth, even when the truth is uncomfortable. A man who truly loves you doesn't hide behind silence or pretend everything is fine when it's not. He communicates honestly, even when it's hard, because he values the strength of your connection more than the ease of avoiding conflict. When something's bothering him, he doesn't withdraw or let resentment grow in the dark. Instead, he chooses transparency, calmly explaining his feelings, his worries, or his mistakes. And when it's you who's hurt or distant, he doesn't react defensively. He listens. He tries to understand before trying to be understood. Because to him, communication isn't a battle to win. It's a bridge to rebuild. Honest communication in love takes courage. The courage to be vulnerable, to say, "I was wrong," or "that hurt me," without ego standing in the way. He knows that silence may avoid an argument, but it can also destroy trust. So even when emotions run high, he chooses honesty over comfort, truth over temporary peace. He's not afraid to talk about the deeper things, the fears, insecurities, and doubts most people hide. And he doesn't lie to protect your feelings. He tells the truth to protect your relationship. His honesty isn't harsh and it's loving. It's the kind that brings growth, not guilt. A man who communicates honestly, even when it's hard, shows that he's in this for real. He wants to build something strong, not something fragile. Because in love, honesty isn't just a virtue, it's a foundation. And when he looks you in the eye and chooses truth over ease, that's when you know his heart is genuine. He protects you emotionally, not just physically. When a man truly loves you, his instinct to protect goes far beyond the physical. It's not just about keeping you safe from harm. It's about shielding your heart, honoring your emotions, and making sure you feel secure in the way he treats you. Emotional protection is one of the deepest expressions of love, and it shows in how gently he handles your vulnerabilities. He's careful with his words because he knows they have power. He doesn't use them to wound, manipulate, or belittle. Instead, he speaks in ways that make you feel seen and respected. When you open up about something painful, he listens, not to judge but to understand. He knows that when you share your fears, you're not asking for solutions, you're asking for safety. A man who protects you emotionally never weaponizes your feelings or your past. He doesn't bring up old wounds just to win an argument, nor does he make you feel too sensitive for caring deeply. Instead, he becomes your calm, the steady energy you can fall back on when the world feels chaotic. He's also mindful of how others treat you. He stands up for you, not just when you're there, but when you're not around to defend yourself. And when life gets overwhelming, he doesn't dismiss your emotions. He helps you process them. This kind of protection isn't about control. It's about care. It's knowing that love isn't measured by how loud he fights for you, but how softly he helps you heal. When he guards your heart with the same attention he'd guard your body, you realize his love is both tender and strong, the kind that keeps you safe, not caged. He includes you in his future plans. When a man truly loves you, he doesn't see the future as his. He sees it as ours. You start to notice it in the way he talks about what's ahead. It's never just, I want to travel someday, but we should visit that place together. It's not, I might buy a house, but I can imagine us building something beautiful here. His love naturally extends beyond the present moment, weaving you into every plan, every dream, every version of what's to come. Including you in his future isn't just about romantic gestures or big promises. It's about the quiet ways he builds life around you, asking for your opinion on decisions, saving for shared goals, or even introducing you to the people who matter most to him. It's about commitment without needing dramatic declarations. His actions tell you that you belong in his tomorrow as much as his today. He doesn't treat your relationship like something temporary or fragile. Instead, he invests in it emotionally, mentally, and practically. He talks about things that require planning, where you might live, what kind of life you both want, or how to balance careers and family. And while he may not have all the answers, one thing is always clear. In every version of his vision, you're part of it. When he includes you in his future, it's not because he needs you to complete him. It's because he genuinely wants to grow with you. You become part of his purpose, not just his passion. And that's how you know his love is real. Because for him, life ahead doesn't make sense without you in it. 10. He stands by you. During tough times, anyone can love you when life is easy. But the true test of love is how a person stands beside you when everything falls apart. When a man truly loves you, he doesn't vanish when things get difficult. He becomes your steady ground, the one who stays, listens, and supports you when the world feels heavy. His presence becomes a quiet anchor in the chaos. During tough times, he doesn't minimize your struggles or rush you to get over it. Instead, he walks beside you through it, step by step. He listens when you need to vent, comforts you when you break down, and reminds you that you're not alone. Even when he can't fix the problem, he refuses to let you face it alone. That's because real love isn't about perfection. It's about presence. He doesn't pull away when you're emotional or distant. He understands that hard days don't define your worth, and your pain doesn't scare him. In fact, it deepens his love, because he sees the strength beneath your struggle. Whether it's holding your hand in silence, bringing you food when you haven't eaten, or simply showing up without being asked, he proves that commitment isn't seasonal. It's constant. And when he's the one going through something difficult, he still finds ways to reassure you. Because his love isn't self-centered, it's shared strength. Together, you weather storms that might have broken you apart if the love were shallow. A man who stands by you during tough times doesn't just love your smile, he loves your fight, your flaws, and your faith. And when the dust settles, you realize that kind of love isn't just comforting. It's rare, unshakable, and forever. 11. He takes accountability for his actions. One of the clearest signs of mature, genuine love is when a man takes responsibility for his actions. Not out of guilt, but out of respect for you and the relationship. A man who truly loves you doesn't hide behind excuses or shift blame when things go wrong. Instead, he looks you in the eye, admits when he's made a mistake, and takes real steps to make it right. Accountability isn't about perfection, it's about honesty. He knows that love can't grow where denial and pride live. So when he says, "I was wrong," it's not just words, it's a moment of courage. It shows that he values your trust more than his ego. And instead of repeating the same behavior, he learns, adjusts, and proves his love through change, not promises. He doesn't use apologies as bandages for broken patterns. He takes time to reflect on how his actions affect you, and he does the work to become better. When you're hurt, he listens instead of defending himself. When he hurts you unintentionally, he validates your feelings instead of minimizing them. A man who takes accountability also encourages emotional equality. He's not afraid to own his flaws because he doesn't see vulnerability as weakness. He knows that trust is built through transparency, not perfection, and in turn, his openness gives you space to be honest too. This kind of love feels safe because you know that even when conflict happens, and it will, it won't destroy what you've built. Instead, it deepens it. Because real love isn't about never falling short. It's about owning up, learning, and showing that your heart is humble enough to grow. Pam. He celebrates your growth and independence. When a man truly loves you, your success doesn't threaten him. It makes him proud. He doesn't see your independence as distance or your growth as competition. Instead, he sees both as proof that you are evolving into your fullest self, and he feels honored to witness that journey. A man whose love is real doesn't need you to shrink so he can feel secure. He wants you to expand, to shine, and to stand tall beside him. He celebrates your wins, not just with words, but with genuine joy. When you achieve something, he's the first to smile, the first to say, "I knew you could do it." He doesn't try to take credit or compare achievements. He understands that love isn't about who's ahead, it's about growing together, supporting each other's separate dreams while nurturing shared ones. He also gives you the space to be independent. He doesn't guilt you for spending time on your work, your hobbies, or your solitude. He knows that independence doesn't mean disconnection, it means strength. And he takes pride in loving someone who stands strong on her own, because he values connection built on choice, not dependency. In quiet moments, he reminds you that he admires your resilience, your curiosity, and your courage. He becomes your safe audience, cheering for you without jealousy, encouraging you without control. And when life challenges your confidence, he reminds you of who you are, powerful, capable, and worthy. A man who celebrates your growth and independence understands that love is not about possession. It's about partnership. He doesn't fear losing you to your strength. He's inspired by it. Because real love doesn't limit you. It liberates you. So, he makes you feel safe to be yourself. One of the most beautiful signs of real love is when you can simply be yourself, fully, freely, and without fear of judgment. When a man truly loves you, he creates a space where you don't have to edit your emotions, hide your insecurities, or pretend to be stronger than you feel. You can be messy, quiet, emotional, or uncertain. And he still looks at you with the same warmth and affection. He doesn't make you feel small for being sensitive or imperfect. Instead, he reminds you that your softness is strength, that your honesty is brave. Around him, you don't have to keep your guard up because you know he won't use your vulnerability against you. That kind of safety doesn't come from constant reassurance. It comes from consistency, from knowing that he accepts you as you are, not as who he wants you to be. When he makes you feel safe to be yourself, love stops being a performance and becomes a partnership. You can laugh without restraint, cry without apology, and dream without limits. He listens without interrupting, supports without trying to control, and loves without conditions. He doesn't fall in love with your highlight reel. He loves the raw, unfiltered version of you, the one who gets anxious, forgets things, overthinks, or struggles some days. And still, he stays. Because to him, love isn't about perfection. It's about presence. A man who makes you feel safe to be yourself gives you one of the greatest gifts of all, emotional peace. And that's when you realize, love isn't just about who makes your heart race. It's about who makes your heart rest. 4. He chooses you again and again. Love isn't proven by one grand gesture. It's proven by the quiet, daily choice to stay. When a man truly loves you, he doesn't just choose you once in the beginning when everything is exciting and effortless. He chooses you again and again, through every season, every argument, every change. His love isn't a fleeting emotion. It's a decision that he keeps reaffirming with his presence, his patience, and his loyalty. Choosing you again doesn't mean he never doubts or struggles. It means that even when life gets complicated, he finds his way back to you. He doesn't let ego or pride build walls between you. Instead, he fights for understanding, for forgiveness, for connection. He doesn't look for reasons to leave. He looks for ways to stay. He chooses you on the days when you're glowing and confident, but also on the days when you feel lost or unlovable. He chooses you when it's easy, and even more when it's not. His consistency becomes the quiet rhythm of your relationship. Not loud or dramatic, but steady and real. A man who keeps choosing you shows you that love isn't about convenience. It's about commitment. He doesn't need to constantly remind you with words because his actions never stop proving it. Whether it's holding your hand after an argument, showing up when you least expect it, or simply saying, "We'll figure it out," he's telling you, "You're still my choice." That's what real love feels like. Not a perfect story, but a continuous decision. Because in the end, anyone can fall in love once. But the one who keeps choosing you, even after seeing every side of you, is the one who truly means it. 5. He loves you in actions, not just words. Words can be beautiful, comforting, even poetic. But when a man truly loves you, his actions speak the loudest. Real love doesn't live in promises alone. It lives in the quiet things he does without being asked. You see it in how he shows up, how he listens, how he takes care of the details that matter to you. His love isn't something he only says. It's something you feel through consistency, effort, and sincerity. He proves his love in the way he treats you when no one's watching. He doesn't just say, "I love you." He shows it by respecting your time, protecting your peace, and making your happiness a part of his priority. When you're tired, he lends a hand. When you're hurting, he offers comfort instead of advice. When you achieve something, he celebrates you with genuine pride. His love lives in the small gestures, the texts that check in, the warmth in his tone, the way he remembers what makes you smile. He doesn't wait for a special occasion to be kind or attentive. Every day becomes an opportunity to remind you that you matter. And when things get difficult, he doesn't withdraw. He communicates, supports, and stands firm. His commitment doesn't depend on convenience. It's grounded in care. Because for him, love isn't about saying the right words at the right time. It's about showing up even when it's hard. A man who loves through actions builds trust that words alone never could. You don't have to question his intentions because his consistency tells you everything. In the end, his love isn't loud, it's loyal. And that's the kind of love that lasts, even when words fade.